Let's get her done. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Figured I'd get something going. I mentioned, this year with the channel, I definitely want to bring the best out of what I can do. And I don't want it to just be college football or even NFL, just football. It's the best sport. It's my favorite, but, you just never know where you end up as a sportscaster. So, try to cover as much as possible. So I do want to cover some baseball today. Try to do just baseball. I don't know how long I'll be on here, but we'll kind of look at some of the bigger news, in MLB. Here one second, because I did kind of just throw this together. It's kind of been a slow morning. I slept in a little bit, but yeah, and I got some other banners. I'm gonna try to put together maybe a little later on. I got some good notes and everything. I'm gonna get back to doing the team previews for this college football season. So I'm gonna do Arkansas next. We're still going by conference. And obviously going through the SEC right now. Let's set it like that. Hey, Charlie. Hey, sweet girl. All right. So the biggest news that I saw this morning, I saw it yesterday. Albert Pujols is returning to the St. Louis Cardinals on a 1-year deal, right? A lot of great stuff going around in free agency. This was posted this morning. I think it kind of worked itself overnight, though. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, you got to think when they put something out one day, sometimes they hear about it and get it in that day. But, I mean, this stuff kind of works around in the media. But Albert Pujols is returning to the Cardinals on a 1-year contract for the 2022 season, which is currently going on with spring training right now. He's 42 years old. He's a first baseman. He originally started out, I think it was back in 2001. And he was with the Cardinals from 01, which was when I was born. So, I mean, you're going back quite a while, going back 21 years. And he was there until 2010. Right. And he had a great career there. A great 10-year run, and they say that it's probably one of the best 10-year runs in MLB history. He had 408 home runs, 1,200 plus RBIs. He would bat .42, .62, and I'm going to be honest. Looking back at his stats and career, Pujols got better and better as the years went on. I mean, he was very good. He knew when to swing. Sometimes, I mean, you're not going to hit every ball, but, here's the thing. I have watched Albert Pujols with the Angels. Was that the right spot for him? It started out great, but the past couple years or whatever, it hasn't been his go-to, right? So, for Albert Pujols and the St. Louis Cardinals, honestly, I think that's where he belongs. That's where he was for the majority of his career. He got along very well with management and everything. Oliver Marmol, I guess is how you say his name, is the manager there. So, but the latest news being that Albert Pujols is returning to the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals are not a bad team. They're not. I mean, this isn't one of those where we'll get him back and it's a start to get us going in the right direction. Really, I mean, the St. Louis Cardinals, if you want to look back at what they did this past season, which obviously was all before the lockout, sorry, they were a playoff team. They were above 500. They had a 55 win percentage last year. They were 90-72 last year, right? They at least clinched a wild card spot. They finished just above the Reds, which actually I say just above. I mean, it wasn't even close. They had 13 more wins. They were just shy. If anything, they were just shy of the Milwaukee Brewers, who led the NL Central division. So, and I'll tell you this, I do think this is a big deal for the Cardinals, because this is what they've done so far. They currently they're playing the Astros right now, which they're down top of the 6, 2-1. As I'm talking about this, they have lost back-to-back games. They lost the other day 7-3 to the Mets, and they lost 9-2 against the Marlins. Not bad teams. They had a close game there with the Nationals of Washington. They've lost to the Astros, which I can understand losing to the Astros. I know we give them crap because of the whole sign-stealing scandal of 2017. Right. But the Astros are still a good team with great players. See, that's the thing. I don't mean to get off on a different tangent or whatever, but if you're a really good team and you're in the World Series, why are you trying to steal signs? If you're that good of a team, just play to your best. You got to have confidence enough so where you're not going to steal signs. Anyway, I'm getting off topic there, folks. Point is, Albert Pujols is one of the better at-bat guys in the MLB right now, and has been for quite some time, obviously. Is him returning to St. Louis, is that a big deal? It's a huge deal. Does he need it more than the Cardinals? I think the Cardinals really need him back. I think he's fine wherever he goes. I think he's one of the better at-bat guys recently. But, it's like the Cardinals need this. I mean, the Cardinals aren't bad. You look at their depth chart. Pujols is back. They got Tommy Edman, first baseman. One of the better ones is Paul Goldschmidt, who I like. Dylan Carlson at right field, Paul DeJean. And they kind of, obviously, you know how it works is you're going to rotate like the left, the right, the middle, or center, I should say, the fielders, like Dylan Carlson, I should say, is the starting right fielder. But he's also second on their depth chart in center field. Tyler O'Neill, well, I don't really see. Well, he's fifth on the depth chart in center and right field, but he's their starting left fielder. Okay. You got some guys out there. Currently, Paul Goldschmidt is the starting first baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Albert Pujols is right behind him. I like Albert Pujols as a baseman. I do. I think he's great. He's got good awareness. He can tag you out. He's good there. He's better at bat, though. That's why you would want a guy like Albert Pujols, is because of his at-bat percentage and how he is at home plate. So, I say this, that Albert Pujols, I think belongs in St. Louis in a way. I think he's good. I think he plays good wherever he would go, honestly. What do they call him? The Machine? Now, he played for like 10 years in St. Louis, 11, whatever it was. Right? And then he played for 9 seasons Then he joined the Dodgers last year, half a season. And so he's been around. He's been around. He's 42 years old. The Dodgers are letting him go. He's an infielder. He's like a first baseman. He's very, very good. He's done great. But I think if you're the Cardinals, to get him back, which I don't remember why they let him go or how, but he's been around. He did pretty good with the Angels. Things were not going to work too well with the Dodgers, even though they are great. But there's 4 players, by the way. This is incredible. There's 4 players in history, in MLB history, that have 3,000 plus hits and 600 plus home runs. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, right? Pujols is the 4th player to do that. That's a good company right there. Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, who we lost a few years ago, passed away, sadly. Not bad. Amazing. Pujols, I think, is going to – I think he belongs, with the Cardinals. I really think that. He did great with the Angels. Did okay with the Dodgers this past season or whatever. But, when you look at his stats and everything he did for St. Louis for like 10 years or whatever, it just makes you wonder, why would you let that go? If you're an MLB player, be blessed that you're part of the same organization for a decade. And especially if you're a really good player. He's a starting guy. He's a good baseman. He hits well. He's good at the plate. Why you let that go is beyond me. But I credit Albert Pujols. Congrats on going back home to St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be incredible to see this year. Overall, Yadier Molina is the catcher. Paul Goldschmidt. They got some good players in St. Louis too. But does bringing back Pujols, does that boost their chances at the postseason in a way? Could they go forward? Could they compete more? Because you're in a good you're in a good division. You got to play the Reds, the Cubs, the Brewers, and the Pirates in that division, right? So, and again, the Cardinals finished 90-72 last year. They came just shy of the Brewers. So now you bring Albert Pujols in. I'm not saying that's what's going to win you that division or push you for – it could. It's not a guarantee that this one guy is going to come in here and boost your chances at a World Series or a better playoff run. Nothing's a guarantee in baseball. You got to work for it. You got to hope. I think they're in a good position, though. I do think they're in a good position. Congrats to Albert Pujols. But I think the Cardinals are set up for great success here in 2022. That's going to be a team I want to watch out for, keep an eye on, especially now that Albert Pujols is back in with St. Louis. And, again, they got teams like the Brewers or whoever ahead of them in this division. That's one of the better divisions is the National League Central. The Cubs, gross. The Pirates, they went 61-101 last year. The Reds, I don't know what to expect from them. I know you got to watch out for the Brewers. You're probably okay with the Reds, although maybe some things could come up. I mean, they've been winning some spring training games. Like they beat the Dodgers 10-8. They beat the Brewers 12-8. They got some guys on their roster that can hit the ball very well, and they can score some runs. But again, for the Cardinals and Albert Pujols, I would say they're in a good position that they can definitely compete with the Brewers in the National League Central Division. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. And of course, like one player isn't going to define a team or make a team. I mean, you could be one player away, and I think that's kind of where St. Louis is. So don't get it twisted. I think that they kind of need Pujols back, right? They've been there year after year. They've tried to work at it. They've tried hard. They've had a great organization and what they've done. So they just how do I put this? They're a very high club, with stock and not stock. What am I thinking of? Salary cap. They got money. They can reel some players in. And they're one of the better winning teams in MLB history. They really are. They're really good. They got 11 World Series titles. They've made the NL pennant 19 times. So the Cardinals are not a dead program. They're a great program and organization in history. So they've been there, done that. It's just been a little while. They haven't won a World Series since 2011. We're going back at this point 11 years. 2022, 2011. Yeah, 11 years. But they've come close. And they haven't fallen off much since then. They won the Central in 2019. They won the National League pennant in 2013, when they made a World Series and they didn't quite get there, or didn't have enough to win. But, I mean, they've been in some good prime positions. Albert Pujols going back to the Cardinals, being a great baseman and being a guy that's going to have good accuracy and good batting average for him that can help score you some runs and win you some big-time baseball games this year, I think is a big deal. I'll end it on this now because I know I've been talking all about one player for quite some time, but I'll say this. It's win now mode for the Cardinals. They're going to drop some games. Everybody drops games in baseball, right? Let me fix this. Hold on. You win a game, you take it home, right? And you can go far. I expect the Cardinals to have a great year. I'm not going to deem them that they're going to automatically win their division or they're going to be the team out of the National League for the World Series or they're going to – it's possible they keep it up. But Albert Pujols is a big deal. It definitely gives them a boost in the right direction and pushes them forward to where they want to be. And I think you're definitely going to see a big difference in this year's team. For sure. But anyway. That's really much of the news. I mean, the only other news I got for you baseball wise is spring training. It's just good to have it. It's a deep breath. Because think about it. Let's not forget. Don't let this season go by and forget that we had an off season that was delayed because of all the strikes and the lockout and all that. Don't let this season go by and like don't forget we had a lockout. Let's look at some games that are actually going on though. Currently, let me share this with you. Yesterday's game, proud of the Tampa Bay Rays, man. 4-1 over Atlanta. Although I do love the Braves. I mean, I've mentioned to you guys, like, I've been to a Braves game or two in my lifetime. In fact, that's the first baseball games that I actually remember going to. What was a Braves game. I remember going a few years ago too to the how do I put this? It was a spring training. It was in Disney Springs because I got like an ESPN Wild World of Sports, and I think it was Braves Yankees. It was a big game there, big time programs. I don't remember what the score was, but I've been to some Braves games, so I love the tomahawk chop and everything, and the Chipper Jones and everybody. I mean, historically good team, the defending World Series champs, though. I think the Braves are going to have a good year. This is a big win here for the Rays and what happened. Basically, up until the eighth inning, it was scoreless. 4 runs for, uh, sorry, for the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 4 players that got runs. You had Mensner. You had I can't. It was Jonathan Aranda. Um, Brandon Lowe at least was at bat twice. Had nothing going. Hernandez, left fielder, actually had 3 RBIs. So he had 3 RBIs. Heriberto Hernandez, he's got to be new to this team here. He's from the Dominican Republic. I've never heard of him. He's a catcher, though. He had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run. Let's see. 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Okay. And Aranda had an RBI, so that's about it. So 4 RBIs, obviously. 28 at-bats. 30 at-bats for the Braves. They had 1 RBI from Brown, who's their catcher. Let's see, who is this? Logan Brown. Yeah. So I know we got a good community of like all the Georgia and Braves fans. The Braves, I mean, look, it's not, you don't base a team off spring training or a loss or anything. I mean, teams are going to take losses. Oh, but the defending champs are. Yeah, and you're going to take losses still. Kentucky and Duke today at 3. That's got to be a rerun there. We don't have any games, I don't think, until not till Friday for the Final Four. There we go. Yankees Tigers are live. They got 1 run. Garno, who is I don't know. I won't be on here too long. I think what I'm going to work on, though, is probably try to get back to doing the team previews for college football, working through the SEC. And you got I'm going to do Arkansas up next. I think could be a good and interesting team this year. So Here we go. Grossman struck out swinging. It's not good. Yankees, the most hated MLB team. 27 World Series. Can't deny greatness, but you can't love it either, can you? No, you can't. All people ever talk about. Like, they're the Alabama of baseball right now. Oh, Alabama this, Alabama that. Yeah, well, Yankees, Yankees, Yankees. That's what it is what it, I mean. And I think they're a great team. If they win it, congrats. But unless you're a Yankees fan, you really don't like them, do you? And you definitely hate them if you're a Red Sox fan. My grandmother, if she's watching, she knows what's up. She knows what's up. What's up, Dominic? Coco Quinn. What's up, Joe Johnson? How you doing? Good to see y'all. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys showing up. Let's see. 4-0 Marlins over the Nationals. A couple years ago, they won the World Series. They're 1-7 in spring training so far. Marlins off to a good start, though. Let's see. Wendell, Anderson. Washington gets on the board there. There you go, Dominic. It's still the bottom of the sixth, though. Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals. I almost wanted to say the Chiefs there. They play later. Let's see. Anyway. Yeah, but I don't really got much else. I just wanted to do a quick one here, present some MLB news for you guys and all that good stuff. But it seems like some interesting trades with Pujols and all that. Guys just working around the MLB, and I'll tell you what. Sorry, long morning. It's weird, but um, there's some teams. Spring training. I don't want to say it's meaningless or useless or anything. I love it. I do love it. It gives you an idea of the rosters. It gives you an idea of how these teams could potentially be, but it's not ultimately what's going to make the teams. I mean, a team could lose every spring training game and still win the World Series. I don't know if that's ever happened, but I know that it could be possible. So we'll see what these teams do going forward. I don't really like the Rays too much this year. I mean, we could do okay, but Brandon Lowe and company, G-Man Choi, they're great. They got to step it up, though. They got to play some better outfield, um, and just lock down for 9 innings is what they got to do. So, anyway. I don't know if I want to wait till Friday for these Final Four games. I'm ready. I'm excited. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off here, guys. Appreciate everyone. Joe Johnson, Coco Quinn, and Dominic for showing up this morning. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. I'll be here the rest of the baseball season, of course, and all that good stuff. I don't know. I might put together a team preview this afternoon. Still got to get that going and keep working on that. Sorry, I am tired too. I'm going to be honest. But I think my next team is going to be Arkansas. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to get that out for you guys. And then I'll still have to do for the SEC. Let's see. Who else is left? Mississippi State is left. Arkansas. Then who is missing? Not Oklahoma and Texas yet. I did Florida. I did Kentucky. I did South Carolina. I did Tennessee. I did Georgia first out of respect for the champs. No hatred. Hold on. Now I got to Google this because I can't tell. There's 14 teams, but I've done 11 so far. So there's 3. Missouri. I'm missing Missouri. So Missouri, Arkansas, those are rivals, and then Mississippi State. And then that'll be all of the SEC. And then I think based on the polling, which I remember, you could go back and find it, but I think the Big Ten was voted to be next. And again, going by conference this offseason in my team preview. So I'm not just going to hop around. I'm going to stick to a particular conference and go from there. But again, I mentioned Arkansas, Missouri, and then Mississippi State are up next, and then we'll be done with the SEC, and then we're going to move on to the Big Ten and preview those teams. But y'all have a good one. Jesus loves you. He's got an amazing plan. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. Love you guys. Peace out. And as always,
roll down Tide.
Roll Tide. Love y'all. Ballard is out.